Thank you. Thank you very much, program directors, Mr. Jan Pretorius and Ms. Zintle Twala. My apologies for arriving late from another meeting was held up in traffic. Since I left government, I lost my benefit of a blue light. So I've joined you. I can feel it, how you get stuck in traffic. My colleague, Ndate Mashaba, the leader of Action SA, president of the South African community of faith-based fraternals and federations, Pastor Bert Pretorius, chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission, Ndate Musutu, chairman of SAFI, Mr. Sean Zagnov, AFM moderator, Dr. Henry Weideman, Hope Restoration and devoted citizen, Reverend Chris Matebula, Engia Kerk, Reverend Derki van der Spey, FOSA Executive Director, Mr. Michael Swain, President of Pentecostal Assemblies of Africa, Professor Apostle Joshua Bande, Chief Rabbi, Mr. Warren Goldstein, Guru, Mr. Daisasan Mudli, by High Faith, Mr. Mlingisa Poswayo, representatives of political parties. I've already acknowledged Ndate Mashaba, Mr. Steve Swart, ACDP, Mr. Andrew Bateman, DA, esteemed guests. It is with a profound sense of honor to join you once again in this important gathering, where faith and governance converge to shape the destiny of our country and region. Today, under the theme Faith in Action, Strengthening Integrity, Unity and Development across the SADC region. We are here not only to reflect but to act in order to transform dialogue into partnerships that uplift communities and make a better life for all, a lived reality for all South Africans. We are happy because often the case, there is a perception by some that their role in our body politic is merely to criticize and not to build. Such a misconception premised on the viewpoint that to merely criticize, you are building. Whilst we should naturally welcome fair and objective criticism, we believe that we must all as a people put our shoulder on the wheel to bring about the changes we collectively and individually desire. This was the viewpoint of the prophet Nehemiah, who believed that they should build the walls of a devastated Jerusalem, whilst others like Tobias mocked him. And this is found in Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 3, where Tobias sarcastically declared, I quote, that stone wall they are building, any fox going up on it will break it down, close quote. It is therefore clear to us that gathered in this room and those inspired by Prophet Nehemiah and not Tobias. Last year we celebrated 30 years of democracy, a milestone that reminded us of the courage and sacrifice that ushered in the dawn of democracy to our land. That celebration was not an end in itself, but a foundation upon which we now build and continue on a march towards a South Africa we want. A national democratic society that is truly non-racial, truly non-sexist and prosperous. Today we gather to deepen ethical leadership, strengthen interfaith collaboration, and confront governance challenges that persist not only in our country but across the SADC region. Next year, we will celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Constitution, whose values remains a profound guide on ensuring that all of us aspire for. We must all of us across the SADC region and beyond be guided by the profound values of a humane world, and the rule of law is central in that regard. The ANC, throughout its 113 years of existence, has always recognized the moral authority and transformative power of faith communities. The ANC's relationship with faith-based communities dates back to its founding in 1912, when traditional leaders, representatives of the peoples and church organizations, and other prominent individuals gathered in Bloemfontein and formed the African National Congress. Religious leaders played a central role in its formation, with many of its founding leaders having been educated in missionary schools and were themselves ordained ministers or active lay preachers. The location itself where the ANC was founded was a church, the Wesley Church in Vryhoek, Bloemfontein. It was therefore no coincidence that the very first president of the ANC was from the clergy, the Reverend John Langalibalele Dube. Other religious or religiously inclined leaders were icons of the struggle, such as Reverend Mahabane and the longest-serving ANC president, Oliver Reginald Tambo, who was bound to be ordained as priest before that was interrupted by life in exile. At the height of apartheid, churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues were sanctuaries of hope and resistance. Faith leaders stood shoulder to shoulder with our liberation movement, offering not only spiritual guidance, but practical support. And that is why we say to you, don't give up on us today as ANC and as leaders of this country. ANC President Oliver Tambo reminded us when he said, I quote, "The fight for freedom is not a matter for the ANC alone. It is the responsibility of all who cherish justice and human dignity," close quote. Faith communities answered that call. They prayed with us, marched with us, and gave voice to the voiceless. Today we face a new set of challenges. While democracy and access to basic services have expanded over 30 years, service delivery challenges remain acute at the local level. Declining trust, lower voter participation, and increased service delivery protests are linked to perceptions of poor government performance and corruption. Ethical governance is not the responsibility of government alone. It is a shared mandate, one that requires the active participation of faith leaders, civil society, and every citizen. In response to these challenges, the ANC has adopted a comprehensive local government action plan, which was launched by the President at the ANC's councillors roll call on the 15th of September 2025. This is a roadmap which is being implemented to accelerate service delivery, deepen community engagement, and drive infrastructure development at the local level. The approach is built on 5 core principles. Use state power to visibly and rapidly improve service delivery. Accountability for ANC representative. Strategic and technical support via intergovernmental mechanisms. Consistent community engagement and transparent communication about challenges and progress. The action plan is grounded on 6 pillars, and these are: improve basic services, fit-for-purpose infrastructure, build capable local government and institutional capacity, reconnect with the people and restore trust, build inclusive local economies and create jobs, strengthen strategic and developmental communications. Our relationship with faith-based communities did not end with the dawn of democracy. It persists to this day, stronger than ever. It is for this reason that faith leaders and faith-based communities remain a pivotal part of our efforts to deliver a better life for all South Africans. We continue working with faith leaders to mobilize congregations to support efforts to improve our communities and service delivery efforts, provide critical feedback, and work with government in resolving challenges at community level, and initiate, strengthen community campaigns, and introduce initiatives to foster social cohesion. Government must institutionalize regular engagement, share progress transparently, and leverage faith-based networks for rapid response and participatory planning. This year we celebrate 70 years of the Freedom Charter. The people of South Africa have struggled for decades to end an oppressive system, declared a crime against humanity. In the process of struggle, the ANC sought to not only describe the system that we opposed, but also the alternatives that we want. It therefore developed a Bill of Rights in 1923 and the African Claims in 1943. Both these documents are important contributions to the evolving rights-based and democratic vision of South Africa, including the focus on our country as a sovereign state within a broader community of nations. It was, however, the Freedom Charter, adopted at the Congress of the People on the 26th of June 1955, that captured the imagination of generations, informed the first constitution of a democratic and free South Africa, and the foundations of governance during the first 3 decades of our democracy. The reasons for this does not merely lie in its revolutionary content and foresight, as the quote from founding Father Mandela above shows. Its durability and resilience as a vision for the future rest in how it was developed. The anniversary of the 70 years of the Freedom Charter takes place in the context of 31 years of democracy, when we committed in 1994 to use the transition to democracy as a beachhead to advance the vision of the Freedom Charter. We recently concluded the first ever G20 Leaders Summit to be hosted on the African soil. The overwhelming success of this summit and the adoption of its declaration is an affirmation of the pivotal role South Africa continues to play in shaping a new world order anchored on rules-based multilateral system in a world committed to social and economic justice, respect for sovereignty of nations, and a peaceful world where all its peoples are free. It is in this context that we continue to play our part in ensuring that subjugation of people is undermined all over the globe. The geopolitical landscape is experiencing tectonic shifts with the rise of many other challenges that we face. We therefore say peace must be given a chance. At the 80th UN General Assembly, a number of European nations took the unprecedented step of breaking ranks and they supported us in South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa has actually led from the front in delivering the G20 in South Africa and his team. And we thank our church leaders across who supported this G20 in South Africa. Government did not do it alone. Government did it with your prayers, with your support, and putting South Africa on the map. I invite SACOFF, IGE, and all faith-based fraternals to join hands with the ANC and other stakeholders in forging a new social compact. I thank you very much. Thank you.